Yeah, well, we're having fun here in the sanctuary. Too bad you're not here because you could have fun with us. You are welcome, of course, Wednesday night here at the center where you can come. We're masked, of course, and we're also live streaming with you. So my name is Reverend Michael McMorrow. I'm the senior minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living, coming to you from Granada Hills, California, which is in the North San Fernando Valley, where we have had an absolutely beautiful, rainy, well, drizzly day. A nice soft day, as they say in Ireland. And I got up to Melviny, and it was drizzly, and I was just reveling in all of it. You could smell the oak. Anyway, it's just a slight breeze, and it was nice, man. I think I can do the rest of the summer now. So thank you, baby Jesus, and all the Buddhist saints for today. Just saying. So if you don't know where O'Melveny is, I would encourage you to look that up and treat yourself, because even in the dry state, it's a great place to be, and it's close by. So enough of that. We're going to do our little warm-up, as we do, to wake up the body, because even though I went to O'Melveny, then I got back in front of the computer for meetings. And one thing that's nice about Zoom is you get to see people. I got to talk to my brother Joe for a while, and that was nice. It's good to connect with folks. So we're just loosening up the trunk and activating the body so that when we meditate, we are actually ready to meditate and not take a nap. How's that? Because even though the Dalai Lama says sometimes sleep is the best meditation, that's not what I want to do tonight. All right, but we can take a good yawn. That's a good activator. Yeah, and let's just rotate our shoulders around. We're just feeling that back, just getting flexible. Just kind of feeling ourselves into our body. Now we'll reverse it. If I can, I don't know if I'm coordinated enough to do that. Like, you know how those dancers can do that thing with their neck? Yeah, that's not me. Can you do that? Let me see. I can see right now. Go the other way. All right. So, hopefully you're having fun and activating. I'm just adjusting my shirt tail here. I think I'm even going to loosen up a button. All right. So what do you say? What we're going to do is we're going to take a deep breath. We're going to raise our arms over our head, and then we're going to tighten the tummy and gently do a little forward fold. So here we go. Tightening the belly, breathing on the way up. Maybe even looking up and releasing. Just feel that. I just felt my back release. So we're doing this with kind of a flat back rather than rounding. All right. Tighten the belly. Breathing on the way up. And exhaling down.
And those of you with the yoga practice, of course, you're doing forward folds. Tighten the belly, up we go.
Arms up. Oh, and just release.
See if you can release your head and just let your head dangle. Okay, tighten the belly, breathing on the way up.
And exhale down.
And breathe. Tighten the belly, hands to waist, breathing.
Okay, so let's put our left hand down, palm forward. We're just going to do a side stretch, side bend. Right, and breathing on the way up. And looking through the armpit to the left. And we're just stretching this side. And we're breathing. Exhale, breath. Down we go. Left hand on the hip. Right hand down, palm facing forward. Breathing on the way up. And looking through the armpit to my right, whatever that is for you. And again, we're just lengthening that side. Feeling our rib cage as we inhale. And the release. On the way down, release. Right hand on the hip. Left hand down, palm facing forward. Taking a breath up. And eyes to the left. Stretching that side. And exhale down. Right arm down. Palm facing forward. Taking a breath on the way up. Eyes right. Just feel that stretch. We'll take a couple breaths here. Breathing in, exhale down, hand on the hip, left hand down, palm forward, taking a breath on the way up. Boy, I've got a couple pops on that one. Eyes to the right, or left, sorry. Inhale. Exhale down, hands on the hips, and take our feet, and we'll just twist again, just loosen that up. Just let the arms swing. Can you feel your arms loosening, your shoulders loosening? Your trunk should feel a little looser. All right. I needed that. Okay. So I'm going to make my way to the cushion, and you can make your way to the chair unless you're already there. And okay. And I have my Seahawks blanket because in honor of the weather we had today, which was kind of like a northwest summer day, which I was also reveling in my memories of such things. And I got to tell you, with all the news that's been going on, I'm glad football season is coming, because now I can listen to sports radio instead of the news. Yeah. Who cares about Aaron Rodgers? I do. All right. Yeah, Mike says, who's that? Look it up on Google. He's the guy on the insurance commercials. All right. So what do you say we take a deep breath together and release and allow ourselves to surrender to this eternal now moment as we come together for our call to service, which we call lighting the flames of faith. And we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples, all faiths, all sentient beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Now, fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here this evening. So we have lit the first candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the second candle for shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the third candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to the will of God as the highest calling. The eighth candle we light for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle for all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And the 10th candle we light for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of Spirit in their lives, and for the space we hold for them here at our center, within our online community, and within our own hearts. And as we light the healing candle, please put silently into the light or aloud anyone you wish to have experience the healing flame of God's eternal love. So I'm thinking of Valerie, of Nicole, of Rebecca, of Marty and Howard, and anyone else that you wish to speak into the flame.
I'm thankful, so grateful. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I'm thankful, so grateful. I trust in God. I surrender, I surrender. I'm one with the Spirit all around me. I surrender. God.
So let's take a deep breath one more time. Again, using the breath to anchor us in this moment, recognizing and knowing that there is only one thing going on here, God, and nothing else. There is but one power, one presence, one source of all, the infinite wellspring of love itself, expressing and impressing itself in, through, and as all of life, and in, through, and as all that we are. And so we are bringing our attention to within, to that place of perfect peace. So it is from this place of conscious union with the One that we now open our heart and our mind to cultivate a conscious union with each other for this healing meditation service, that maybe we call to mind someone in our experience who may be struggling in any way. So that I know for Valerie and Judy and Marty and Rebecca and Howard, for Skylar and Ryder and Nicole, for those families that have been touched by the variant, by COVID, that we are knowing for all of them that with every breath is restoration, a connection with a pattern of perfection that is God expressing. We know this for ourselves. We know it for others. And taking a deep breath for them, we release this word to that source of all good, knowing it is done, knowing it is so. Together we acknowledge this by saying, and so it is. So it's been an interesting few weeks, and I did want to speak some names into the circle tonight, because we do have people within our own community, after 18 months of being able to report that no one was sick. So we have 3 families now that the infection has wiggled its way in there. All are in recovery. And so, got to take this thing seriously, practice a consciousness of radiant good health and a consciousness of public health, and and really a practice of love, where we take those measures to not only protect ourselves but others. We know what to do. And tonight we're going to talk about how to come at all of life, not just our health, but all of life from a place of consciousness. And so to me, Goldsmith is really where the rubber hits the road. So as religious scientists, we talk about those first 2 steps of recognizing or even recognizing, right? Thinking deeper on and broadly about what we think God is, and then also recognizing that we are consciously attuned to it. These are the first 2 steps of treatment. Well, Goldsmith really talks about what that looks like when you are really connected. And then he also talks about what that means when you're really connected. And so tonight he's raising the bar for all of us. But so I'm going to read a little longer passage and just breathe with it and see what you think.
So, remember last week he was talking about the difference between the mortal or corporeal sense and the difference between a consciousness of spiritual existence. And so he says, quote, "My kingdom is not of this world." Of course, he's quoting Jesus there. That this is the foundation for the building of a new and higher consciousness, the willingness and ability to look away from the human sense person and the thing and perceive the man in the universe of God's creating is essential. So we're looking at things beyond what we think we see, something deeper. Gaining more dollars, Goldsmith says, gaining more dollars is not spiritual supply. Greater savings do not constitute security. Physical health is not necessarily a foundation for eternal life. These constitute merely improved belief. The advancing student will gradually relinquish our attempts to improve humanhood or to improve beliefs in order that the truth of spiritual existence may unfold in our consciousness. The spiritual realm is the source of health. The spiritual realm is the source of health, which truly is the eternal harmony of being. The eternal harmony of being. I am the eternal harmony of being. It is a consciousness of supply without limits and is gained without taking thought. Remember, however, that we are not again connecting God or Spirit with the human sense of health and supply. We are rather coming into the awareness of spiritual health and supply. We are coming into the awareness of spiritual health and supply. Heretofore, our efforts have been in the direction of manifesting greater harmony and dominion over what? Our earthly affairs. That this consciousness of heavenly being seems to result in more harmonious human living is true. But these are the added things, quote unquote, which follow the seeking of heaven and its righteousness. The heavenly sense of righteousness will be found to be far different from the human concept of goodness. And it is this higher sense of good we should seek. That's all. Now, I don't know about you, but that is challenging in the human condition. And yet this is, in fact, what we are called to do, even in spiritual mind treatment. Because here's the thing about this treatment business. Of course, we talk about recognizing that God is, that we are one with it. Then we speak our word. We make a declaration of our good, that we release it in gratitude, knowing that it is so. But if we really focus on those first two steps, knowing that we are one with that God is and we are one with it, that God is all and we are expressing as it, that it is expressing through us, as us, then we don't really have to get caught up in all the other stuff, right? Because we find that our life is sustained. So we still have a job, right? We still have jobs. We still have, we still have bills. We still have the human life. But by focusing on spiritual consciousness rather than material being, we find that life becomes easier and that all is added unto us. Now, My experience is it takes a while to get there. So the beautiful thing about doing spiritual mind treatment, and even in the treatment for stuff and things, is that we see that our word has power, right? And our word has power because it's God behind it all, you see. And then our faith grows. And then those first two steps become more meaningful because we really do come to see that God is. So that God is expressing as health, wealth, in creative expression, in relationships that are connected and loving, that God is expressing as life itself, as our life itself. And then the whole deal changes for the good. All right, so that's enough yakking for one night. What do you say we meditate? So if this is your first time joining us, welcome. So it's a very simple practice. We just do what we call following the breath. So we're just focusing on the breath, on the movement of in the nostril. So that'll be the in and out. And then as you start to settle, then focus your attention on the exhale. And again, you're focusing on sensation in this area of your face. And you'll see as you do that, the thoughts will begin to still. And even then, if you get hooked by a thought and next thing you know, you're off on a rumination, just catch yourself, say, oh, thinking, and then just take a deep breath and release, and then just come back to the breath. And we're going to do that for about 20 minutes. All right, so that's the technique. And so just, if you will, join me in taking a deep conscious breath and release. And so first we're just checking our seat and bringing our attention to the breath. To the movement of the breath in the nostril. So bringing our attention gently back into the room, staying with the breath. And imagine with me that at our heart center there is the spark of the divine. That we are breathing into that spark, creating that flame, enlivening that spark to a flame of the divine light within. And so we let our breath breathe attention and intention into this flame, growing brighter with each in-breath, growing in brilliance and radiance. To where it becomes a ball of fire right in the very center of our heart. That with each in-breath we are fanning that flame, that it is growing in radiance and brilliance, a light that illuminates rather than consumes. And with each in-breath it continues to expand. This ball of light, this ball of chi, if you will, in the heart center. So with each in-breath, in the same way we would blow up a balloon, this ball and light continues to expand. As we are breathing in the light of the divine, it commingling with the light within, exchanging that which is no longer needed and releasing. We're breathing in light and exhaling love. Breathing in light, exhaling love. That this ball now is, this globe is continuing to expand side to side, front to back, top to bottom. That our body torso now is in this light and love. That we continue working with the breath. Feeling our heart expand, feeling our light expanding beyond, to join those in this sanctuary, that the very sanctuary itself is now a field of light and love. That we are connected in this meditation. Even through the internet, we are connected and cultivating this field of light and love together. So in this field of light and love, feeling the sweet release of any sense of discord or ailment within ourselves, we're just releasing that now to this field. And that we are breathing. Let's breathe for anyone who is experiencing a lung ailment of any kind, that we're breathing in light and exhaling love. That for those working with discomfort in the knees or the back, any body part, that we're breathing in light and exhaling love. Breathing in light and exhaling love.
For those feeling a sense of discord or discomfort, any mental tempest, that we're breathing in light and we're just exhaling that. We no longer need it. That we feel a sense of serenity and peace in this moment. And so for ourselves and for anyone that we want to bring into this field of light and love, let us know together that there is but one power, one presence, one source, one life. This source and life is expressing in, through, and as all of creation and all that we are, that we recognize and connect with our oneness in the divine in this time of peaceful connection, of peaceful abiding. That we keep fresh before us our high resolve to remain connected with the Spirit, and through the Spirit with each other and with all of life. And so we take a deep breath and we release our intentions for this evening. Release it into this field of infinite possibilities for good, this field of light and love. And so we feel the energetic, we feel an activation happening even now, so that every atom, every molecule, every cell, every muscle, every organ is releasing and aligning and activating as that pattern of perfection, as God expressing as body. That we are aligning our mentality, our thought, our emotions are activated and vibrating and aligning as radiant, good thought. That we are open and receptive to a divine download of new and dynamic, creative ideas and notions that have within them the seed thoughts of something, of the next great yet to be. That great yet to be is finding its way into our subjective, our deeper mind, and being embodied as the truth of our life. So in this way we know we are expressing radiant good health, abundant prosperity, relationships that are connected in love and friendship, and creativity expressing itself through our career, through our relation, through every aspect of life, so fully and completely that it's so easily noticed and recognized, appreciated. We take a deep breath and release all of this now, and know in that release that we are releasing it to that aspect of the mind of the divine itself that knows only to say yes as the law of its own being. And so we release it knowing that we move forward here tonight having been changed, that each one of us is a changeling in consciousness now. And so as we make our way to home and to our beds, that when we hit the pillow, we fall easily and effortlessly off to sleep, that we sleep deeply and restfully, dreaming sweet dreams, that we awaken feeling not only rested but aligned with a sense of knowing that all is well, with a sense of vim and vigor and a zest for life. So we just take another deep breath and Releasing all of this now with deep gratitude for the many blessings in our life, from clean water to drink to a place to lay our head, food to eat, love in our life, friends, spiritual community, that we live in a peaceful country, that we're grateful for our consciousness that has brought us to this realization of peaceful abiding. So from this place of gratitude now, we just really make that final release. Knowing it is done, knowing it is so, and together we acknowledge this by saying, and so it is, Amen. So thank you for joining me. I went someplace nice tonight. That was great. So thank you for joining me. If this is your first time joining us, hit that subscribe button and hit that little bell. You'll get a notification whenever we're live, the next time will be at 10:30 on Sunday morning. And as a subscriber, you'll be able to use the chat and say good morning and make a new friend even. We also have practitioners standing by to pray with you if needed. You can contact me if you're looking for prayer support. That's at revmike@cslgh.org. And if you do that rather than the admin, I'll get it pretty much straight away. And until then, know that you are loved. Yes, you are loved. And peace and blessings, and I'll see you next time.